Going through this now, I use the same structure and standards in which I did in my initial healing from satanic ritual abuse. That time was harder because I was recalling very serious hell-like memories that I did not want to accept. However, my ability to disassociate required me to do it this way. The same way I did it the first time. There were different difficulties. The first one was finding out how to have 4 hours a day to just sit with the Lord. In theory, it just sounds great, but when you get to doing it, it does seem a bit daunting to have that much time sucked out of your day. However, it is the most wonderful thing I've ever done. And even at the closing of this week, I wish I could just commit to doing it every day, no matter what's going on with me. I started off just like before, taking 4 hours a day, just sitting with the Lord. That means not dealing with the painful issues. We do know how to disassociate, every one of us. If you've been ritually abused, even if you don't have DID, you can disassociate. So you just push it away for a while and sit with him until you feel comfortable enough. This week went really, really well. There were some bumps in the road. There were some mistakes. But however, it worked out really well. Hey guys, it's like 2 days in and I am already getting progress. Generally in the beginning of this, it's just all about sitting still and knowing He's God. You know, you don't push it. He'll bring these things up when you're ready. I've already made some progress significantly on my self-esteem. A lot of times, and I do this, and I don't know if it's SRA survivors or if it's people in general, but I criticize myself on things that I shouldn't. Things that probably everyone would be critical of me of. But that's not what I'm doing wrong. He will show me, okay, that's fine. I made you like that. Then He will help me improve as I need to. Another major thing that I'm already having more of an understanding of, because I'm spending most of my day pushing this away, getting my joy back. I don't have to deal with it. So He's teaching me that as I'm doing that, to just take, when I have vain imaginations, just push it away. The first thing He did was lift me up. I'm seeing a pattern here. I've noticed that before. The first thing He does is make me feel safe and secure and sort of rearrange my view of myself. Then He started giving me a skill. This happened a lot sooner this time than it did before. It took weeks of me just sitting with Him to find the safety and the trust and the cocoon or bubble that I needed in order to deal with ritual abuse memories of at that level. This time He moved really quickly and started giving me a skill. He taught me to imagine that these things that were going on in my head were outside of me, and then teach me that I could just push them away. And I did. Stop it. There are two things that happen, and both are very common in ritual abuse survivors. One is called maladaptive daydreaming. Psychology has taught us that we can make whole worlds in our head and just sit and daydream in a way that makes reality seem more fake, which helps us throughout all that trauma. Another thing is what we call vain imagination. I don't think the term vain imagination is anywhere in the Bible, but what that refers to is imagining things that aren't of God. This is not always demonically generated, but it certainly can be. It is important to keep our minds in check. The things that we imagine affect us. Well, it's Monday, and I have not been having a good day. It's mid-afternoon. I'm just now getting up. I did my prayer this morning, fell asleep during it, which wouldn't have been that bad. But for some reason, I have been feeling very defeated and weepy, And so what I did was I prayed that out loud that all the witchcraft that was on me would go away. I didn't know what it was. I thought maybe even I was having a virus. And immediately I got sort of, a clarity and an understanding that I was feeling weepy because I'm making a lot of progress. Healing has a lot of work, and it's a lot to handle. For the last few days, I've been practicing, including this morning, just pushing off any negative thought patterns. I did not realize how badly I was doing that. I have been hurt by people that I thought loved me in the last 6 months or year, and I think a lot of that just was continually having these thoughts in my mind. So what I've been doing with my prayer time is being still, knowing that He is God. I am not God. These are His problems. And when these negative thoughts come in, I just push them away, and then I'm able to do that during the day as well. So, eventually God just kind of explained to me, He's like, well, you're going through a lot. You're just a little tired. So it's good. And I have another part. I kind of figured that because of the irrational fear I was having while riding in a car. That was happening quite a bit, and it was getting really, really intense and had to be dealt with. It's not like me. It just started all of a sudden, so I figured it was a part, and but that's going to be okay. That's going really well too, and I'm feeling great now. I am still a little weepy and tired, but I do have an understanding, and I'm going to go get a shower. It probably seems strange to most people that I would be happy to find that I had a disassociated part. However, I was dealing with a very intense onset of an irrational fear. I had no understanding and no logic and no way of dealing with it. So one day when this starts happening, we're going about 25 miles just like across town. There's nothing, there's no bad weather, there's no reason for me to be particularly upset, but I freeze up and want to grab, squeal, or scream every time any vehicle comes close to us. So I started focus on what inside of me was causing this turmoil. And it became very clear that I do have a part. A part of me is very frustrated, a lot of pent-up anger, a lot of feeling trapped, a lot of feeling out of control. So what I told her to do was run. I've done this before, and it worked really, really well for her because she began to realize that the circumstances in which she was suffering are no longer happening. That is a past event for me, and it is back in the past. It is over. I am safe today. We are safe today. And she was able to run away. She was able to run and run and run. Very freeing, very releasing. I told her to look ahead toward a light and that Jesus would be in there with her. And she believed in Him, so she kept running really, really fast. And it worked. It worked beautifully. It's Wednesday. Things are starting really to look a lot better. After feeling rather weepy and tired all week and learning from that, I suddenly last night, the fear of riding in a car just went away. Just as suddenly as it came. And waking up this morning, I got a boost of energy. I haven't felt this much energy in a long time, which leads me to think that this part that I just discovered is already integrated. Oh, this has been a hard week. It's been a lot going on. I have continually practiced my newfound skill of just pushing away negative thoughts, and it's working out really well. Very happy today. God bless you guys.